Hi, my name is Lindsay Wren, and I want to introduce child abuse, whether or not if it's in a daycare or in home, just wherever in general. Well, I would like to address to the parents, teachers, future parents of kids, and everybody that can't be parents or is a single parent and all. I want them to understand how I'm coming about this video. I would like to first off say that I had looked up my research on daycare abuse or child abuse in a daycare. Well, I came across this one article in Daycare Abuse Statistics, and according to the National Child Abuse and Neglect Data System, more than 3.5 million reports from CPS agencies were received starting in 2013. These reports involve more than 6.4 million children. It's not just the children that we love, but we want to make sure that our kids are feeling safe. We don't want to just send them into a random daycare center or somebody that we've been knowing for a while, because it could be someone that could be your closest friend or relative for that fact, that we let them watch our kids. But in 2016, the Department of Health and Human Services reported 1,700 facilities resulting from child abuse. It could be, for child abuse, it could be pretty much, it can be mentally, physically, sexually, or no harm, no foul. You should as a parent myself, you should always find out what's going on. If your kid's still an infant, always keep an eye on it. Look for signs on your child. You know, if you feel like something is wrong, even if you have a baby, an infant, not talking or anything just yet, look for them signs. You want to make sure that your kids are safe. You don't want to be able to send them off into a random daycare. It could be your first choice. It could be recommended by a family member, a sibling that brought their kids there. Excuse me. But you want to know where you're sending your kids at. It's not just the fact that strangers are watching it. Me personally, I've dealt with the daycare. I didn't like the way the daycare was ran, especially with somebody that doesn't know what they're doing. Some people, a lot of daycares I like to go to is that owner or particular teacher or whoever's taking care of my kids, if they have a kid of their own, they would treat that child as their own and protect them and love them, not do anything to hurt them. I've seen millions of people, even articles on here and videos, showing how hard it is for parents to come clean on, what's going on, Like last month, I read an article on a daycare on the North Shore about a child wandering outside the facility and don't know how they got off until a car literally saw a child wandering in front of the daycare. And now that daycare did not even go through protocol. That daycare is now currently closed. It could have been a 5-star rating, a great pre-K or daycare facility. But for the fact that they couldn't figure out how the child got out, obviously the teachers were not paying attention to the kids. The kids are there for you to teach them, to be able to understand the world. It could be just getting them to roll over if they're an infant, teaching them, potty training, anything in general, numbers, letters, ABCs. I'm very particular in who watches my kids. Even if you're a complete stranger and I feel like you're safe to be around my kids, then yes, no doubt about it. But along the ways of abuse in a daycare, it can range between birth to 3 years old, if not 5, 6. It just depends on how long you keep your child in the daycare before you decide to put them in a regular pre-K program, depending on where you live at. It could be a different state. It could be a different town. It varies on where you live at. So, whether or not a child is being abused at home or at a daycare center that they attend to, it's just, you want to know who your child is. You want to be able to protect your kid from whoever. You can always, legal help doesn't always go your way, because there are daycares where it could be a major daycare and they have connections throughout your whole town. They know people in the legal aids and everything. They would fight you, they would stalk you, they would have people do it for them so they don't get in trouble. All I'm saying is that you need to watch out for your kids. You need to make sure your kids feel safe. If they're talking and it's a summer thing just for them to be in daycare because you have an infant there or whatever, that's fine. But always talk to your kids if they're able to talk and understand what is going on in life. Being a parent, it's the best thing of your life. You want nothing bad to happen to you. But if something happens to your kid, don't take action in your own hands. Find somebody that you can trust and talk to them. Have evidence to back up your story. Video, pictures on your kids, marks, something that wasn't there when they left the house. When you drop them off at daycare and they come back with bruises or scratches or whatever, you want to take in consideration and take pictures of it. Talk to the owner or the manager of the daycare, wherever you send your kids at. You don't want nothing to happen to your kids. It's one thing if they slipped and scraped, kids are going to do that. But if you feel like that's not your child, then something's going on. You need to find somebody, a lawyer or somebody that you can trust that's not going to backstab you. So I want to thank my audience, teachers, parents, future parents, everybody that's watching this video. I want you to really understand and look up everything you can about a daycare. Don't just go to one daycare. Go to multiple daycares. Go and find a daycare or an in-home. They have parents out there, grandparents that do in-home, and they take a certain amount of kids at once, Find somewhere where you feel comfortable and you feel safe for your child to be at. Don't let anybody abuse or neglect your kids. Thank you so much. And y'all have a great afternoon.